Hi, we're going to talk about Abraham Lincoln, the Gettysburg Address, and what is the relationship between this speech and the Venezuelan situation. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12 in 1809 in Kentucky County. He was a politician, a lawyer, elected as 16th president on November 6 in 1860, in the middle of the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln was an American lawyer and a statesman who served as the 16th President of the United States from 1861 until his assassination in 1865. Lincoln led the nation through the American Civil War and succeeded in preserving the Union, abolishing slavery, bolstering the federal government, and modernizing the U.S. economy. Lincoln was born into poverty in a log cabin and was raised on the frontier, primarily in Indiana. He was self-educated and became a lawyer, Whig Party leader, Illinois state legislator, and U.S. Congressman from Illinois. In 1849, he returned to his law practice, but became vexed by the opening of additional lands to slavery as a result of the Nebraska Act. He reentered politics in 1854, becoming a leader in the new Republican Party, and he reached a national audience in the 1858 debates against Stephen Douglas. Lincoln ran for president in 1860, sweeping the North in victory. Pro-slavery elements in the South equated his success with the North's rejection of their right to practice slavery, and Southern states began seceding from the Union. To secure its independence, the new Confederate States fired on Fort Sumter, as U.S. fort in the South, and Lincoln called up forces to suppress the rebellion and restore the Union. The Gettysburg Address. The Gettysburg Address is a speech that U.S. President Abraham Lincoln delivered during the American Civil War at the dedication of the Soldiers' National Cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, on the afternoon of November 19, in 1863. 4.5 months after the Union armies defeated those of the Confederacy at the Battle of Gettysburg. It is one of the best-known speeches in American history. Lincoln's carefully crafted address, not even that day's primary speech, came to be seen as one of the greatest and most influential statements of American national purpose. In just 271 words, beginning with the now famous phrase, 407 years ago, referring to the signing of the Declaration of Independence 87 years earlier. Lincoln described that U.S. as a nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal, and represented the Civil War as a test that would determine whether such a nation, the Union surrendered by the secession crisis, could endure. He extolled the sacrifices of those who died at Gettysburg in defense of those principles, and exhorted his listeners to resolve that this death shall not have died in vain. He said that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth and freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not be perished from the earth. After reading this, what's the connection with Venezuela? As a person who lived in this country, I have seen for many years how so many people got injured or even got killed only because they are against the government. Students, lawyers, journalists, and politics are one of the few groups of people who have been attacked constantly by the government. So many young people have died in protests against the government, peacefully protests that have been attacked by the National Police of the National Guard. Instead of protecting these people from criminals, they treat them badly, breaking every human right, leaving aside the laws that protect those people. But like Abraham Lincoln said, those deaths will not be in vain. The people of all ages who die for this country will be honored and remembered, and we always be grateful. And one day, this country, Venezuela, will have his freedom. We will have the respect that we deserve, and I am going to be proud of my country.